Hello everyone, welcome to America in the 1950s. Life back then was very different from what it is today. Step back in time with us as we explore the beloved memories and experiences of the 1950s and 60s. From the thrill of drive-in theaters and the charm of classic TV shows to the simple joys of playing outside and family game nights, this video will take you on a journey through the golden era of American culture. Join us as we reminisce about the iconic moments that defined a generation. In the 1950s and 60s, drive-in theaters were a quintessential part of American culture, offering a magical way to enjoy movies under the stars. Drive-ins were organized by entrepreneurs and small business owners who saw a unique entertainment opportunity. Families packed picnic baskets, loaded up the car, and arrived early to secure a good spot. Kids played while adults set up lawn chairs, creating a festive atmosphere filled with laughter and chatter. A visit to the concession stand, a major revenue source for drive-ins, was a must for popcorn, hot dogs, and candy. The smell of freshly popped popcorn added to the excitement. As darkness fell, the movie screen lit up. Families paid an admission fee per car, making it an affordable outing. They tuned their car radios for audio, making the experience special with everyone immersed in the film. Though drive-ins declined in the late 60s and 70s, they're being rediscovered today, offering a nostalgic and unique movie experience under the stars. Drive-in theaters symbolize a simpler time, creating cherished memories with loved ones. 3D comics are an unforgettable memory for anyone who grew up in the 1960s. 3D comic books first appeared in the early 1950s, thanks to pioneers like Joe Kubert. They made a comeback in the 1960s with their captivating 3D effects, which brought stories to life. These comics use anaglyph printing, with red and blue overlays. When you wear special 3D glasses, the images pop out, creating a three-dimensional effect. If you don't wear 3D glasses, the page looks all messed up. To read 3D comics, you need these glasses. When you put them on, the images in the comic book pop right off the page. This effect is created by the separation of red and blue images, which the 3D glasses merge into a single image with a three-dimensional effect. Objects in the foreground appear closer, while objects in the background seem farther away, creating a more dynamic reading experience. Before the era of video games, board games were a staple for every kid back in the day. Children kept busy inside the house not by staring at screens, but by playing board games like Monopoly, Mousetrap, Stop Thief, or the Game of Life. These board games were a great way for families to connect, have fun, and bond during their downtime. Unlike today, where everyone is glued to their phones, back then it was all about spending quality time together. Kids these days just don't know the joy of playing outside with your friends from sunup to sundown. Back in the day, we didn't have all the technology that kids have now, so we spent most of our time outdoors with friends who lived close by. We had to get creative to pass the time. There weren't many organized sports, so we made up our own games, set the rules ourselves, and picked team captains. It wasn't about being the best player, it was all about having fun and making friends. The idea of earning a trophy just for participating didn't exist. We played for the sheer joy of it, and those memories are some of the best parts of our childhood. If you had a TV in the 1950s, one show every kid watched was the Howdy Doody Show. Produced by NBC, it was a pioneer in children's programming, featuring a mix of puppets and human characters like Buffalo Bob and Clarabelle the Clown. The show first aired in 1947 and quickly became a cultural phenomenon, running for 13 years. With its catchy theme song, "It's Howdy Doody Time," kids would rush to the living room to watch. The show's popularity soared, making Howdy Doody a familiar face on merchandise and in advertisements. From lunchboxes to dolls, Howdy Doody was everywhere. However, by the early 1960s, television was evolving, and the tastes of young audiences began to change. Newer shows started to capture the imagination of children, and the format of the Howdy Doody show began to feel outdated. Due to declining viewership and the natural progression of TV programming, the Howdy Doody show aired its final episode on September 24, 1960, marking the end of an era in children's television. On Wednesday evenings, The Wonderful World of Disney was what everyone looked forward to. Hosted by Walt Disney himself, the anthology series featured segments over multiple weeks, giving kids something to bond over at school. The show brought magical stories and adventures into living rooms across America, introducing beloved characters and timeless tales. From animated classics to live-action adventures, there was always something exciting to watch. One of the biggest hits was the Davy Crockett miniseries, which sparked a nationwide coonskin cap craze. Kids everywhere wanted to emulate the frontier hero, leading to a surge in coonskin cap sales. Families would gather around the TV, eagerly awaiting the next installment, making The Wonderful World of Disney a cherished part of weekly routines and a significant cultural touchstone of the 1950s. Before air travel became common, families hit the open road. The interstate system began to take shape, making state-to-state travel easier. Gas stations, restaurants, and motels popped up along popular routes. Chains like Holiday Inn and Howard Johnson's became popular roadside stops as families traveled to vacation destinations, making great memories along the way. A physical map was an essential item for these road trips. With no GPS or smartphones, families relied on detailed road maps to navigate their journeys. Unfolding a large map across the car dashboard, parents would plot the course, mark rest stops, and highlight points of interest. This ritual not only helped in reaching the destination but also added to the adventure, as every turn and route was carefully planned and followed, making the journey itself a memorable part of the family vacation experience.